Hello everyone and welcome to the 100th subscriber special. Could I have made 100 subscribers sooner? Most definitely, if I kept uploading and all that. But, I'm only doing, so much, so. But yeah, we're in here right now and we are going to be touring all of my Destiny raid builds. And starting from beginning to end. And you guys are going to see builds that I have not shown you guys yet. And although granted, I will say that they aren't exactly complete in any way, shape, or form. They have just been started and cancelled. So yeah, but I just want to show you guys where I was going with it and all that. But yeah, as you can see, it's been a while since, a long while in fact, years, since this raid build has been shown in my channel. It is my first raid build / recreation, and you guys would know that the first video wasn't exactly the best of quality. I actually streamed this build, and yeah, it wasn't that well done. But I'm here to remake it along with a update as well for the new Leviathan, which you guys are going to want to see. And yeah, so we're going to get right into this. So anyways, so for those of you who do not know, this is the Wrath of the Machine raid from Destiny 1. And this was my very first raid build, and it wasn't too bad. But I guess I will say it, I did contemplate on doing like I did with the first Leviathan, recreating this build. Because obviously it's not the best build. It's by far from what I would do now. Like, there are many things I would change. It's not that well detailed at all. I would change so many things in here. But I did contemplate on redoing this, making it at the accurate scale and the whole 9 yards, like I did with the Leviathan, but I mean, it's a whole other raid. There's things I'm going to tell you guys about the Leviathan later on when we get to that point. But like right now I got my hands full of my job, and I got other things I'm currently working on at the same time. So I don't exactly have all the time in the world to build yet another raid. So one thing at a time, So, anyways. So, yeah. Of course, in my first video, I just flew around and that was about it. I never talked. There wasn't anything. It was very poor quality. But I'm here to show you guys something. So, I'm not going to truly show you guys because the mechanism doesn't truly work. But, long story short, in order to open this section in here, you have to, obviously, in the game itself, in Destiny, you would have to step on the starting sequence to activate the monitors in the server room. And then there would be binary codes that you would have to read out to this place, and that would tell you exactly where you have to stand and all that. But, of course, I was making this function off of redstone. I didn't know how I could make it all work with binary codes and all that. So, I just had the starting position as the way to open the door over here, which I don't know what that is. I can't remember. One of these, you will hear a piston go off, and that will block the flow of water, and it'll drop down a boat onto pressure plates, activating some redstone, then deactivating redstone, and so on and so forth. till it opens this door. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna continue on. So yeah, I did contemplate redoing this build because I thought it'd be really cool, like I did with the Leviathan. I mean, you look at where I was at point 1, then years down the road, it looks amazing now. So yeah, this is one of my favorite rooms just for looking at. I thought it turned out pretty cool and pretty good, but yeah, there'd be a lot of change though. So yeah, there's a lot I would change in here. But anyways, it is not an accurate build at all either. There's supposed to be the ceiling is a little thicker than this, so that's the issue that I'm having with that as well. But yeah, here we are. This is actually where I started building, and then I worked my way up all the way to Siege Engine. But yeah, there's not really much to say here, but I will say this: I am impressed about the amount of detail I tried to put into this versus the amount of detail I put into the Leviathan. I mean, I still did some pretty good job. Now I'm talking about the first Leviathan, just so you don't get confused. The first Leviathan, I don't think I put in as much work as I did with this, interestingly enough. Because, like, I got the little Siva strands on the ground and all that. So, I mean, I feel like I put a little bit more effort into this build than I did with the Leviathan. So, I kind of thought that was a little interesting. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing much to talk about this. I mean, I did want this to function off of redstone, but you know how that's going so far. So yeah, but yeah, yeah, here we got the chest for the Outbreak Prime quest, and yeah. So now we are going to check out one other thing. The tower. As you can see, this goes to nothing, but out here, we're just going to go backstage a little bit, over here. And I did start working on the tower in a way, and it's not exactly finished. So, there's not going to be too terribly much to see, but yeah, let's go over here. And yeah, there we are. This is the place where Zavala, Cade, and Ikora would be standing, and Lord Shax, the other Crucible vendor. I think there was two. It's kind of odd that there's two. Then you have the courtyard. There would be the hangar. That way to the speaker and all that. And yeah, that's the tower. So yeah, there's obviously not much here. But yeah, we're going to move on to the next build, which is, of course, the Leviathan. Alright, and here we are. So yeah, it's been a while since we've revisited this build, and yeah, I mean, now, I will say this, I did begin construction on finishing this raid build here. Now, I did contemplate on showing you guys that it's not finished yet, but I did think about showing you guys that, but I wanted to save that so you guys can see the entire build completely, and I just figured I'd just stick to the original build. So yeah, we're just gonna continue on, and yeah, I did have to say, I don't know, it's been quite a while in here, and I definitely want to try and do another video and a recreation of this in a way, not really. What I mean by that is talking about doing a complete refurbishment of, like, what would I do to like what would I do to try and fix this raid build and like really polish it up the best I could? What would I do to get it to that point? And I'll probably do something like that. Like I'll add in like the blocks I have now that I didn't have then. So like, I can show you guys like a better version and a fixed up version of this, but I don't know, I might do that later, or I might not, because I got other things I want to do. I'm also going to mention that later on. That door's still there. And yeah, this is my first encounter that I've built here, and you guys would know that if you watched the very first video, and man, it's kind of crazy thinking that it was so long ago since I've built this place. So it's a very old build. So yeah, kind of crazy. So yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely talking about future videos that you could expect. I am considering doing other recreations outside of Destiny, and even some real world recreations, such as I did want to build the Orlando airport in Minecraft. Just saying, that's just one of those things that was scratching my mind. So I don't know, what can I say? It's just one of those things I wanted to do. So I might try and do that. Maybe, not saying it's a guarantee, but what you can expect is a Ratchet and Clank recreation in Minecraft. So I might do that. And yeah, here we are at Pleasure Gardens. Of course, this is the second and last encounter that I've built in this build. So yeah. But yeah, I might do a Ratchet and Clank recreation, and also, slight spoiler ahead, I have really been thinking on it, and I kind of want to actually I'm considering doing Eater of Worlds. I really am. I really been considering it today, and it's really up there on my mind, and I'm really eager to even try to do it. And I will definitely keep you guys informed if that ever changes. So, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that's the first Leviathan build, and that's practically it I have to show you guys. There's nothing much that I can actually show you guys that hasn't been seen already. So, yeah, anyways, our next build is the new Leviathan. So, let's go over there. Alright, and here we are. So, in this, obviously, we have a few updates here and there. I'm going to show you guys something that I wasn't going to show you, but we'll do that last. But we have a lot that's changed in here, and also, this is going to be the last time I show you guys the encounters in this raid build, because we are that close to being finished. And honestly, this was going to be the last update video you guys would ever get, because I wanted to put all my time and effort into finishing this, and that could be the case. I am not 100% sure, but I know lately I've been busy. I might show you guys another video later if it's been a long while and there's been some changes and stuff, and maybe it was worth bringing up to you guys. But yeah. And one other thing, as promised, years later, the first time in both of my builds, we finally have a head on the entrance. So yeah, we'll be checking that out. But yeah, now, I will say this. A lot of the changes are not here at the surface. They're not in the encounters, but within. So yeah, we are going to be exploring a lot of underbelly. So yeah, because it's almost done. I will say structurally, the underbelly is almost done. So yeah, I mean, I really booked it ever since the last video, and man, I can't believe it was only like 3-4 months ago since my last video, and I had almost none of the underbelly done, and I originally planned out to do sections of the underbelly and all that in like certain weeks. So like throughout an entire duration of 1 week, I'll build the hallway to one of those rooms with a watcher or anything like that, to a chest room or something like that. And then on the weekend, when I have time off, I'll like build the entire room that, you know, has the chest and the watchers. So I'll spend my entire weekend doing that room. But surprisingly, I had plenty of time on my hands and had enough time and energy to put into it. I actually finished a couple of those rooms within 1 week. So I've gotten ahead of schedule. However, due to a certain change in my work schedule, I've been working 12-hour days currently. A little bit of overachiever right now, but yeah, the long hours have been kind of killing it for the Leviathan project, so kind of a little delayed at the moment. I haven't been in this world working on it in the past 3 days. I haven't really worked on it, like really worked on it in the past probably month, actually, because I mean, I get home and either I eat and chill out, or I just go to bed. So it's either of those two. So yeah. But yeah, we're going to like tour all of this, because this is going to be your last time to see all this. I did fix up this hallway a bit in here. I forgot a few things to add in. Some things I actually did forget. I mean, that was just set aside for those plants in there, but these two things up here I did forget, which is surprising. So there's that. And this room has not changed at all. So, but we will take a little peruse through here. I thought maybe about adding in a mod. Maybe creating a mod, actually. Maybe. I didn't even start yet, but I want to, because I want the enemies to look like enemies. I want to have the same functions and the same, I don't know, stuff that mods can give me that regular Minecraft cannot. So, but yeah, we'll see about that in due time. Obviously, this project has been pushed so far back. It's taken me years to get this far, and obviously I keep adding on more things. Originally, I wasn't going to do the underbelly, but now I am, so that's being pushed back, and now I have other things I'm doing to add on to this, and now the release date is being pushed even farther back. So, and not to mention the fact that I gotta get this to work. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I gotta do still before it is finished. So, yeah. Yeah. I will say that this, obviously, with both Leviathans, this was my favorite encounter to build ever. Like, I don't know, it was definitely an easier build than all the others, but it was definitely more fun, and I don't know, it was enjoyable. It was pleasant working on this. So yeah, we're just gonna take a quick look around here. I know you guys are really anxious to get in here because it looks so good, and I know you guys can't wait to get in here yourselves. I know you guys have been asking already forever, when can you actually play this map and download it and whatnot. Trust me, hopefully it'll be soon. I'm hoping to. I will say this, I am kind of getting exhausted of this build as well. But yeah, I will say, it is getting a little bit boring and exhausting at this point, because I mean, yeah, I'm building it by myself. It's been years since I've worked on this. I mean, like, how old is this hallway? I mean, this was my first... Well, no, this was not my first encounter, but it was my second encounter, I believe. Not 100% sure, because the Pleasure Gardens was the first encounter to be built. Then I built up to the Castellum, built the Castellum, and then built all the other encounters so that way I could start working in those directions and branching out from here. And depending on the weekly checkpoint or reset or whatever was the encounter that I worked on for that week. So, like, let's just say, like, the Gauntlet was the first encounter when you entered the Leviathan. Well, then that's the encounter I'd be working on, because I'd be working on all the other encounters, but then I need pictures and stuff. So I would then start working on the Gauntlet. And then once it resets and it goes to Royal Pools, and I work on Royal Pools, and, you know, so on and so forth. And for Callus, obviously, you can't go straight to Callus, so I had to wait to get a team together, and then, you know, ran the raid and saved a checkpoint so I could, you know, go in by myself and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're going to go up here, and yeah, I was definitely happy to build the Gauntlet when I got into this point, because, I mean, this was like the first time I actually did, and that's actually kind of crazy, because, I mean, I did have some experience with building the other encounters, but this was the first time I actually built the Gauntlet, and it looks this good. So, and although it's not a perfect circle, ever so slightly, it's more of a square, but you won't notice it up close, so yeah. But yeah, it's definitely a pretty cool build nevertheless. So yeah. Although I will say this, a little spoiler as well ahead, I did do, like I said earlier, I was already working on a finishing product of the first Leviathan. I've actually built the Gauntlet in the first Leviathan. I've fixed the hallway and everything. The Gauntlet is finished. And I will say, it was definitely hard trying to recreate an old build style, but I think I still nailed it, though, for that era of my skill. And here's why I'm kind of a little off about that. It's definitely not that Gauntlet, I will say. I mean, the entire Leviathan is under scale by a lot. And, like, this Leviathan itself is literally almost 3 times the size of the old Leviathan, if I gotta be honest. It honestly is. It almost is. It's only 1 block off, pretty much. So, but yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna go over here. Our final encounter. So yeah. But yeah, it is and yeah, there's also another and also we finished the back wall over here. So yeah, and I also worked on the treasure room a little bit. I gotta relocate the entire room here over that way a little bit, because the treasure room is kind of going into the void room a little bit, so we're gonna have to relocate this entire room over just a bit. So that'll be a project for this week, maybe. So yeah. So yeah, I finished this. It looks great. I am happy with the results. So yeah, as you can see, obviously this encounter is finished structurally, so are all the others. Now we just have to detail it all. So yeah. So we are going to cut this short and go all the way to the entrance. Okay, and here we are. So now we are going to be touring the entire underbelly. Almost the entire thing. I have yet to connect all of the encounters to the underbelly, but all of the entrances from the entrance are all connected to the underbelly, and you can literally walk from here all the way up and over to the waterfall entrance, or all the way up to the other entrance above. So they're all connected, so I just have to connect the encounters, which will be pretty easy to do. I might do that this week, but we'll see. But yeah, we have a lot to show you guys in here, and I'm trying to figure out which route we're going to take, because that way is a dead end, so we might actually go through here. I have yet to still build in this section in here, but we'll save that for the detailing phase, which is coming up really soon. And that's why I contemplated not of this being the last update video, because it is really close to being done. I mean, all these hallways are practically done. I just have to connect the encounters, and then the underbelly is structurally finished. And after that, I just have to detail the underbelly and detail the encounters, and then that'd be it. I just have to get it to work, and then we'll be done. So there's nothing that way still, but we have pipeline. So yeah, we're gonna go right over here, and here we are. So yeah, I mean, I really put into 5th gear after that one last video. So yeah, yeah, we have all this, and I will say, it was challenging to build this room, and it still is. As you can see, it's still not finished. It doesn't look finished, at least, but there's still some more pipes I have to add in, especially over there. But yeah, it's still a challenge, and there are some other challenges as well that I still have to deal with. But those challenges are the fact that there's not a lot of videos out there for the underbelly. There was a few out there. There was one really helpful one, but someone deleted it. So, yeah, and it's really hard when people don't have footage of a specific area that'd be significantly helpful for me. So like this section, there's not a single video showing this entrance here. It does exist. I knew it existed. I just didn't have any videos showing that it existed. And the only way I knew was because it was in the back of my mind, and it was in a couple of underbelly maps on Google and all of that. So, but yeah, it was definitely a challenge to get all this done. And just, I don't know, I am definitely trying to make this as accurate as possible, and it is not easy to do when you don't have the resources you need. So, but yeah, we're going to continue all the way down here, and this is going to, I believe it's going to take us to drain. So yeah, we're going to go right over here. That does not look great. I will fix that later on. But yeah, I'll take a note in my mind. So yeah, yeah, here we are at drain. Obviously this is a dead end. We don't have anything going in that direction or that direction, so yeah. But yeah, that's drain. So yeah, we're gonna actually cut this all the way, I believe. We're not gonna show you guys that section. I think we'll cut, yeah, since we're editing, we'll cut this all the way to a transfer. So yeah, we're going right over there. Okay, and here we are. So yeah, obviously you can see there are no connections over here. That would take you to the top entrance of the underbelly. So we got that, and over here we're going to have armory. So, and I have, I will tell you, trying to build pipeline was a challenge, but I'll show you guys one other thing that was a little more challenging than pipeline. here we have armory. This is also a challenge too. I mean, there are a lot of challenges with building the underbelly and trying to rely on people to look in the direction that you need to look in, because I mean, this corner specifically is shown in only one video in YouTube that I could possibly find. There's only one video that actually really gets a good look at this corner. So, but yeah, the real challenge in this entire underbelly, Lightbug again, was trying to build the pipe maze. This thing was a challenge, and I was struggling. I mean, the good news is I kind of explored it myself back then when it was still around, and kind of recognized, you know, a few sections that existed, like these 3 fans. I knew they existed, so that was kind of nice to know. But there were like a whole bunch of other sections that I didn't know. And I don't know. I mean, it is a maze, so, and here was my problem. Yes, I did look at maps on Google for building this. The only issue that I had was the fact that every single map I looked at was different from the last. So it wasn't easy trying to build the maze. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this one's different from that one one's different from that one. Which one's the actual map of the maze? So eventually I narrowed it down. I watched some videos to, you know, kind of get the turns and whatnot, but it's figuring out some of those unexplored sections that I had a problem with. So, but yeah, so yeah, I think we got all those sections covered. We are gonna go to the waterfall entrance now because I finished up a little bit of hallway over there. Then we are gonna go right over to conduit and then irrigation. So yeah, we are gonna go right over there. And here we are at the waterfall entrance, and I will say this is kind of the same scenario that I've been having with all the other sections, is the fact that there was only one video that really truly looked in every single corner in the entire underbelly, and that was the one video that got deleted. He looked in this corner and all that, and now I don't have any footage showing what's in this section now. So building all this is going to be quite difficult for me, as it already was. So some of this pipe was just a guess. So, and although I did build some of this section when that video was up, so that's why I know there was a door here and a door there. But unfortunately, as of the items laying on the ground and the boxes and pipes, I have no idea. So all of that is an educated guess off of someone getting a glance just for a second. So like when I'm like trying to pause the video so I can get a good, you know, look over what's going on in this direction, I have to pause it at the very right second, or otherwise if I don't, the screen is all blurry because he'll be like, the person would just, you know, like be like looking over here, then, you know, quickly take it away because he's like, oh, dead end. And it's like, oh my gosh, can you just analyze that section? You never know what you may miss. But yeah, so that section was pretty tough to build. And here we are at this section as well. This was a cool section to build. Yeah, it was kind of nice building this area. So yeah, we got the fire in here. So yeah, we're gonna go right up here. I did finish the aqueduct section. It looks like we got a little light down there too. Got a few flaws here and there. Oh well. That light is supposed to be there. But yeah, I finished this section a little bit, structurally at least. But yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, we got the treasure rooms in. And this does, now, however, this is the only section, though, as you guys might have seen earlier, that actually does connect to the encounters. This is the only one that I've done so far, so. But it's just a hallway, so we're not going to really show that section. And yeah, I don't think there's... Oh yeah, there's a little bit of something this way. It just connects to the entrance. But yeah. So yeah, we can literally walk right there and that'd take us to the entrance, so yeah. But yeah, we have one last section to show you, then we show you guys a big surprise. So yeah, we're gonna cut right over to Conduit. Okay, and here we are. Now, it is somewhat connected to the encounter, so it could be one of those that are considered connected, but it's not at the same time, so. But yeah, we got this hallway going over here. Any time now we should be teleported, which is right here. So yeah, we're going to go right down here to Conduit. And here it is. This was definitely one of those fun rooms for me to build. And it was definitely easy for me as well, so that was quite nice. So I'm going to go right over here. I got the treasure room in as well. Building this hallway was easy, but figuring out where all the boxes and tanks and whatnot are positioned in is going to be difficult because no one walks through this section, so that's going to be interesting. But yeah. Anyways, we're going to go all the way to irrigation, so yeah. You got this section, it's quite nice. I got the maze down pretty good. It's the best I can do for now. And yeah, we got the treasure room down here. We got that. And yeah, that's pretty much about it for the underbelly. So yeah, here would be your way to Pleasure Gardens, which would just be down there. And we would have the way to the gauntlet down there. So yeah. Anyways, we are gonna go all the way to the entrance right here. Alright, and here we are back at the entrance. Now I would show you guys the Eater of Worlds that I started on, but we're not gonna really get into that. There's not much to see in that direction, but however, the big surprise. And I wasn't going to show you guys this originally, but I decided to, so I'm planning on giving you guys almost the same experience you would get in the actual game through Minecraft. Now, I figured, why stop at just the raid? Now, there are a few other things I wanted to do. Like I said before, if I didn't, I'm saying it now, I was going to do everything connected to the Leviathan. Like, I was going to do Eater of Worlds, Spire of Stars, which I might do those two. But I was also going to build the Menagerie, I was going to build the other raid lair, Crown of Sorrows, I was going to build the Tribute Hall, I was going to build the PvP map for the Leviathan, I was going to do everything for the Leviathan, but unfortunately they folded all that, so it's kind of hard to do now. But what else could there be that I'd be doing? Well, the big surprise isn't connected to the Leviathan. It is in fact this direction, which we're about to show you. So I figured, okay, I want this something for you guys to, like, kind of way progress in, or at least, a way, give you guys a reason to come back to it, something to really go off of, or I don't know, whatever, go all out, whatever. So I figured, well, surely there has to be a way that I should build a little social space. So the other big project I have going on, why it's being pushed back so far yet again, is because I am building the tower. So, as you can see, work has already begun. this was all done in the past few months with the rest of the underbelly, and I have to say it's a work in progress. I wasn't going to show you guys this originally, but yeah, I'm showing it to you guys now because I figured, you know, I haven't made any videos, and I'm probably not going to making. Oh my gosh, can't talk. Probably won't be making any for quite a long time because there's not going to be much new to see and all that. So, you know, there's a lot for me to do for this build. And just, I don't know, there's a lot going on right now. So yeah. And get a good look at this because this is going to be the one and only time you see of this, because honestly, I had a hard time trying not to show this to you guys, but I figured, well, we reached 100 subscribers finally, and why not? I have no patience, honestly, for showing you guys this. I was really anxious to show you guys this myself. So, yeah, yeah. I have all the video footage that I need to do this build completely. I just took all the time I needed to just walk around the entire tower and just, you know, did it all. So, yeah. And the Leviathan is pretty simple, pretty basic. Not a lot of oh my gosh. Not a lot of background in it. So, however, as it gets today, there's a gold floor, a black sky. I want to give you guys the experience like you would actually have in the actual game. Which means I'm going to be doing a lot of work. This is going to be I really want to go all out with this build. In the end result, the reason why this project is pushed so far back right now, obviously you can see the tower's going pretty well. I practically built the entire courtyard. And the tower is going to be easy. It's going to be fast to build. The reason why it's going to take me so long to finish the tower itself is because of the background. I am going to build the mountains. You are going to see the entire city down there. You are going to see the traveler over there. I'm going to do it all. You guys are going to see literally everything you could see in the game. So it's going to be pretty wild. So it's a lot to do. That's why it's pushed so far back the way it is right now. So yeah, and I'm just starting construction on the tower, so yeah, it's a lot going on. So yeah, I have my hands full. So yeah, we have this little area down here, but we're not gonna really walk through all that. So yeah, we're gonna go up here. There's not really much to see. I mean, I've done a little bit of work here and there. We got the tower in this direction. I am definitely looking forward to finishing and building all of this. I think it'll be pretty fun, but also boring on the long run. But yeah, it'll hopefully be pretty good, so yeah. We only got one small little section over here to show you guys because, I mean, as you can see, it is just getting started. I mean, there's still a lot of work put into this, but it's still, you know, it's just a lot going on, so. But yeah. So yeah, we have this little section in here. I'll be doing the room. Eventually, I haven't put in the windows or anything like that yet, but here you have the way down. I have yet to really put in some details into the walls and all that. And here will be the bazaar. So yeah, I'll probably be doing that next. Maybe. I might do the hangar. Kind of excited to do both, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah. Anyways, that is it. And I know you guys probably weren't expecting this in the Leviathan build. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it either. But yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty cool once it's all done. So yeah, it's really going to be a really crazy build. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this to you guys eventually. And so yeah, anyways, we have, don't think this is over. We have some more stuff to show you guys, some honorable mentions. So yeah, we are going to check out 2 other raid builds that were just started. They're going to go by quick. You're not going to see them for too long, so let's go over to see them, shall we? So here we are at our first build. If you thought I was lying that this is going to be pretty quick, well, hate to break it to you, as you can see, there is not much done in here. And you guys, some of you may be wondering, what is it? Well, some of you may know this location, but if you don't, it is the center of the encounter, of the 3-part encounter, actually. I think it's 3 parts. It is 3 parts. The 3-part encounter of Garden of Salvation. I did mention I was going to be building this raid build. Anyways. But yeah, I did mention it at one point in time that I was wanting to build this. As you can see, I gotten started, but quickly had other plans in mind. So yeah, which was something simple, a little bit more simple, easy, but just as beautiful. So yeah, we are going to go check out Scourge of the Past, and there I will explain why all of this has stopped completely. So yeah, we're going to go over there real quick. And welcome to Scourge of the Past. Now, of course, there's a little bit more done to this build, but this is where it all truly went down. Now, one, for starters, you can see that there's something going on over here as well. That's because I was going to try and recreate all of this over here because I built it improperly. Who knew? So I was trying to fix that. It might actually be built the right way, actually. I don't know. Bungie's really weird in how they make their raids, but anyways. But yeah, this is where it all truly went down. Now, you can see I kind of put some effort into this, I'm not going to lie. It was looking up. It was definitely going pretty good. I was so into building this raid, you have no idea. It was going to be great. I mean, it was an easy build. It truly was an easy build. And, because, like, everything's squared up, there's no weird shapes and whatnot. I mean, there are caves and stuff, you know, through that one section where you're running away from the servitor, and then after that there's a little cave system that leads to the final encounter. But for the most part, the raid encounters are pretty, you know, squared up with everything, so it was going to be easy build, yet satisfying at the same time. However, it was at this point where now I'm not a deep researcher like a lot of you people. I usually get told what's happening, not, you know, like, ooh, I knew that, kind of, but long story short, in the middle of this build, I've gotten the news that the Leviathan was being vaulted. And I was like, well, crap. I guess I better finish it then. No? So that's when I was like, okay, either start on this raid build or finish the Leviathan. So I was like, well, I started the Leviathan this far, I guess I better finish it and stop this one. So I did. And it's upsetting. I was totally looking forward to this one. It was looking amazing, and it still is to this point. However, what I did not know was that Scourge of the Past was also one of those raids to be vaulted. That caught me by surprise, actually. And that was when I reconsidered and just took some time to think through some things. I was like, okay, they vaulted Scourge of the Past. That was unexpected. If I was, like, out of all the raids I would have expected them to vault, it would have been Last Wish. I mean, obviously it's a DLC raid, but Leviathan was also a part of the first, part of the game, but also it doesn't go with the story. I understand that, but also Scourge of the Past, like, really? That's vaulted? So, I mean, yeah, it was kind of a surprise, but at the same time, I guess it doesn't go with the story as well either, for the last city to be invaded by Fallen for, like, how long? But yeah, it definitely did take me by surprise. And that's when I was thinking to myself, okay, they vaulted this, and it was only released, like, not that long ago. I mean, it kind of was, but actually, it kind of wasn't, actually. Honestly, it was, like, one of the most short-lived raids in all of Destiny, actually. Kind of interestingly enough. But, however, I thought to myself, if they vaulted this raid, and it didn't have that long of a lifespan, how long is it till they vault one of the other raids I'd be building? And that's why I was like, okay, if I start another raid build, how much time would I have till they vault that raid too? I mean, I don't want to start a raid build and then fail halfway through because they vaulted that raid. I don't want to start a raid build and go like halfway through into it and then can't go any further because I don't have any more footage to continue any further. And that's why I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to quit all the other raid builds and just work on Leviathan. So that's why I canceled this one and Garden of Salvation. So yeah. Now that might also bring up the question, why am I considering doing Eater of Worlds and Spire of Stars? Well, one, I've learned that from the underbelly, I can figure out certain sections that I build are puzzle pieces to the rest of the raid. So like the corner hallway piece, they use that in many other sections throughout the entire underbelly. So with that in mind, I'm thinking that the Eater of Worlds and Spire of Stars will be the same thing. Using all of your guys' footage, I might maybe be able to build the entire Eater of Worlds and Spire of Stars. Maybe. Slight chance. Not saying I will, not saying I won't, but it's definitely up there. So, yeah. But hopefully we'll get around to that. But anyways, that's enough for now, and that is the last raid build I have to show you guys. So, anyways, thank you all so much for sticking around with me this far. I mean, 100 subscribers. I could have reached this sooner if I kept posting videos more frequently, but I don't know. I only have so much internet. And I'll tell you guys this, I totally would have streamed this. I totally would have, but unfortunately, my internet, if you guys haven't known, is still kind of bad. So it's just not the brightest. Streaming is not possible for me. So yeah, I just can't do that. But anyways, thank you guys for sticking around with me for this long. I definitely want to try and push out the Leviathan as fast as possible to you guys. I am eager to finish it. You guys are eager to play it. So hopefully I can finish that as fast as possible. I will say I did kind of plan for it to be done within the original release date of the actual Leviathan in Destiny, September 13th, but that may change with the tower arrangement and all that, so yeah, but I'll keep you guys posted on when that goes. So yeah, hopefully it all goes well, hopefully it goes by fast, and yeah, thank you all for sticking around, and we'll see ya in the next video. Hello everyone, just a few quick things. There are going to be a few changes in the channel. One is the name, second is the profile picture, and other than that, that's pretty much about it. I might be deleting one of those videos in my channel, which is that comparison video. It is definitely a really cool video, but it might happen. I don't know. I'm kind of not satisfied with the audio quality, of course. Everyone has a beginning and an end. I'm at my beginning, so yeah, I'm currently gonna consider getting rid of that and then redoing it later, which I still have the video saved, so I can just re-edit the music and then, you know, just do whatever with that. So but yeah, so yeah, other than that, I want to thank you guys again for those 100 subs. I know it's not a really big goal, but it is to me. I mean, it's been years, and it's for the first time we reached 100, so yay! So, anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video, and definitely check out the other Leviathan videos. They're pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. It definitely shows the progression through the years and all that, so yeah. But anyways, thank you all so much, and we'll see you later.